Okay. How are we doing? How is everyone? Welcome to the stream. What's up, guys? What's poppin'? What's cracking? I didn't announce the stream, so I'm not expecting a lot of people to tune in. But I'm expecting some OGs to actually show up in the stream. So let's see. Let's see how this will go. Today was a rough day, man. I shared a new project called Binsider. I've been working on this for, I don't know, at this point, and it went pretty well. The reception was pretty good. Got some good feedback. I know what to improve and what to do next about this project. But I'll take some break from this first, you know, because today, oh my god, it was a bit like I was trying to like rush the release, you know those times when you have to commit like 20 things in an hour, and those are all just big changes. It's like, you know, trying to finish up stuff, wrap up stuff, and then make it presentable for people. So that's how it went, basically, you know. So yeah, I'm just checking the stream. So yeah, I'm just gonna dive into the code, man. I'm not a big fan of waiting for a lot of people to tune in, because I mean, we have some work to do, you know. So gonna get that work done. Gonna see what we can finish today. And let's just dive into it. So this is the part 3 of coding a terminal animation render. It's now called Ttyr, Ttyr, and I renamed this from, what was it, Ttyr, because it sounded like a worse name, to be honest. So this is now called Ttyr. So yeah, and what this is now doing, let me show you. I hope you can see my screen. Yeah, okay. So when I run this, I get a nice list of animations, and when I press enter, I get the animation rendered. Yep, that's pretty much it. Okay, the first thing that I want to fix, actually, I realized when the animation is rendered, the last frame is just skipped, and we get back to the original screen. So gonna fix that real quick. Maybe if I do this, it's gonna be better, because this means that when the animation is rendered completely, I don't clear the buffer. Let's see. I know you're maybe really bored from seeing the same animation over and over again, but this is just how I do testing. But yeah, okay. One thing that I realized is there's no block here. So this is just an empty, like a empty space here. So I'm gonna actually render something there. I can just render a block, actually. So gonna be something like this, block bordered, and then title will be Actually, title will be animation, and it's gonna be on the center. So title alignment is alignment center, and yeah. Now that I did that, I actually need to add a margin to the animation area because I don't want to override the borders. So we're gonna do that. Pretty nice. Failed the resolve type. Okay. We imported the alignment now, and let's see if this is gonna change anything. You know, we get the borders on the screen now, which is cool. But still, like, this is too fast. I want to see if the animation will look better with like less delay, but you can also try not sending the tick event, because sending the tick event will mean that it will re-render. So now it will be pretty slow. Because it renders every 250 milliseconds, which is kind of like, you know, very slow for animation. Alright, I got an idea actually. So this draw method is called every 250 milliseconds because the tick event is received. What we can do here is that we can actually access the frame counter terminal. No, what was it actually? If I remember correctly, we added a new field here, and in some version of Ratatouille, which makes you able to reach the frame counter. I don't know how, but I can just check the documentation, right? Okay, let's see. Count. Frame count. Okay. Current frame count. All right. Well, the thing is, we don't actually need the count. We can do some manual calculation to adjust the rendering rate to correct FPS. For example, last render, we can use like an instant type here, and time of the last render. And what I'm gonna do here is that, can I access the tick rate in some way? Let's see. Well, if I add this to here, tick rate U16, I can access it. Tick rate, and I'm gonna make it public, move it up there, and also use tick rate there so that it is available in the struct. It's a duration. No, it shouldn't be a duration actually. Well, duration also works. You can also always convert it from duration. Okay, so how can we create a new instance Rust? Okay, wait a second. I'm gonna enable Dark Reader. I'm gonna refresh my stream page because the dark reader usually breaks the browser when I switch to it. I mean, usually breaks the site, to be exact. Okay, I'm just gonna use now here. There's no way to initialize this with a default value. Okay, just use now. Whatever, it's gonna change anyways. So how can we correctly render this? Well, just remembered an example actually. I guess in this project somewhere I actually calculate the FPS. Okay, FPS last instant. You can see the resemblance between my code and this one, because this one also uses an instant and there will be a frame counter as well. But I'm curious, how does this thing actually calculates? Well, here's the calculation. I'm gonna come up with something custom here. So I want to have a condition where I say last render is bigger than some value. I'm gonna send a tick event, and this some value should be calculated using the tick rate and the last render. No. So wait. What's 60 FPS? To achieve 60 FPS, I need to... Well, I cannot really... Okay, I'm thinking... Well, maybe first of all we can... actually have the FPS widget. Let's have the FPS widget. I'm gonna put it in widget rs. Just importing stuff. I actually don't want to use a lifetime here because it will make things a bit complicated at the end. Instead, I want to get rid of them and add this to my app. I'm gonna be FPS widget, FPS counter. And we need to or we can just do something like this. We don't need the last render because we can access that using FPS. It has the last instant field, but that's gonna be fine. So I'm gonna remove that, and in the tick call, I'm gonna FPS tick. This should update the FPS values. Of course, self. Tick is private. What you mean, dog? It's not private anymore. And I'm gonna construct, actually, well, anyways, I'm just gonna render this as is. Or yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the widget. Actually, I'm gonna use the raw values and I'm just gonna render it on on the block here. So it's gonna be some like I added a title there. I'm gonna add another title. So it's how do I set the position on a title? I don't remember. Maybe LSP will help me a bit. Come on, rustlang. Can just implement FMT display for this actually. Yep, looks good. And in app I can just do self FPS to string. That should be enough. Is it title from? Yep, okay, title from. And I can actually add the position. No, how do I put this on the bottom? Yes, it's position. Position top. And this should be bottom. All right, let's see. Alignment, of course, typo again. Position is not imported. Import that shit. We are ready to go. What? Which position did I import? Not. Wait, this is not position. Oh, it's a different import, not this import. Wait a minute. Where is position? Okay. I'm gonna re-import this, hopefully from the right place. Yeah, okay, run it. Okay, now the FPS is 3. All right, how do we increase that? What happens when I send the tick event actually? Right, when I press enter, it will start sending a tick event, and it will also render the animation. So let's see. Oh, 44, 70, and then it drops again. So I want to, based on this data, I want to send a tick event. How can I do that? I can do this by asking ChatGPT. Right, guys? Okay, give it the types. I have a loop that renders every tick rate milliseconds, and it renders when I send a tick event based on the FPS struct above and in the render loop. Find out a way to render 60 FPS by calculating a delay time, and if the time is right, send the tick event to render. So it's gonna be something like, you know, loop something something something, and then if self FPS last instant. Okay, we also need a tick rate there. Last instant something something, and send the tick. Here is the pseudo code. Simply complete that if statement. Okay, I hope it will understand. I mean, I gave it a pretty clear explanation of what I'm trying to do. Here you can complete the if statement. Okay, define the target frame rate. Calculate elapsed time. Update last instant. Wait, it's not correct because I already sleep 250 milliseconds. Already sleep in the loop, and I cannot change that. Okay, now it's a better answer. So what it basically says is that you want to accumulate the time and compare it to frame interval and then send the tick event. Okay. But one thing that I didn't get is this part actually. Okay. So you need to you need some you have some leftover time that you can use to render 2 frames, or you know, n amount of frames. So it's a good idea to have an accumulator there. So first thing, I'm gonna have a target FPS, which is like, let's say 60, right? Let's say 60, and based on that, the frame interval will be, you know, whatever value. Well, actually, we can just calculate those things on the fly. It doesn't really matter at this point, I'm just experimenting, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let's target FPS, and then this is gonna be frame interval. And this also suggests that we need a accumulator. So accumulator and on each tick call you basically append to this accumulator, and the DT is, what is DT actually? Duration, what is it? Is it the elapsed time? If that's the case, we can just use self FPS last instant. Okay, and then wait, what was the suggestion actually? Actually, that should be it, because instead of sending the tick event in the animation, we do it in the tick, which is like a snake eating its own snake eating its own tail. But ooh, look at the FPS. Wow, that's too high. Oh, it keeps increasing. What the hell? Okay, something's wrong there. We don't reset the accumulator anywhere. That's the problem, maybe. Or something is wrong. FPS update, okay. Okay, that's kind of weird. Trying to understand what's wrong here. It should actually stabilize at 60 or, you know, something along those lines, because it shouldn't send a tick event. So what is frame interval, first of all? It is 16 milliseconds, right? 16 milliseconds, okay. So accumulator is always going to be, I mean, by that logic, it's always going to be more than 16, but that's not, that is not very realistic. Maybe they should be calculated separately. I mean, the frame counter, FPS counter, and the instant one. Okay, gonna use this this type now. Last tick lapsed. So if it is bigger than 16, hey, thank you, Samet, for the kind words. Yes, I have the best background ever, right? If you mean the real life background or the Arch background, they're both great, right? So thanks, man. Yeah, this might work actually. Let's try it. Okay, 60. Alright, stabilized at 60 FPS right now. Goes to 70 sometimes. But okay, that worked. So now I can set the FPS to whatever I want, because I use these two magic things in this tick loop. First one is the last tick and the other one is the accumulator. So what I do is basically I check if we are rendering ahead of its time, and if it's rendering ahead of its time, it sends 3 more renders, and then we basically render more frames, and if it's not, then we do nothing. So it's gonna stabilize at 60. So yeah, it's kind of laggy though, I don't know why. Yeah. IRL background, yeah, what are those in the first shelf? So these guys, wait a minute, my video is lagging. Hold on. Alright, this should be last laggy. So these guys, so this one is Optimus Prime from Transformers. This one is Starscream, and these other guys are Bionicle sets from Lego. And one cool thing that I do sometimes is I just press this button and you can see them shining in the background, and I can do something like this as well, which like makes them even cooler. If you see this in real life, you'll be amazed by this, because their eyes actually glow, so it's pretty cool. And while explaining this, I feel so fucking nerd and so geeky, but it doesn't change the fact that they are so fucking cool, man. So yeah, those are my childhood, so very important. I need them for my coding sessions. I feel like they are giving me some kind of strength, you know. Okay, enough with that gay shit, man. Anyways, I was thinking like they belong to some animes or something. Nah, anime is gay. Don't tell this to anyone, but you know. I will get 20 dislikes for what I just said, but whatever. We coding here, okay? We coding. We're so busy. We don't have time to talk about anime here, man. Alright, so now what happens when I render? It is also stabilized at 60 FPS again. It's kind of laggy though, like you know, it's lagging a bit. I'm not sure if stabilizing was a good idea. What? I love them. Love has nothing to do with it, man. Just kidding. Enjoy what you watch. That's the only thing that matters. I'm thinking of a way. Okay, now it's stabilized, but it doesn't look that good. So what are we gonna do? Well, this was a nice trick anyways. Well, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't subtract here. I should just maybe reset the accumulator. So something like this, and then I just reset it. Let's see. Now the FPS is right around 8. Oh, this is worse. Maybe if I do it in a loop. No, not gonna work. Well, I tried. We rendered at 60 FPS, but I didn't like the results, so I think I'm just gonna revert the changes here. And also, like, doing something in the UI also changes the FPS. Also, one last thing that I want to try out is changing the actual tick rate to 100. Well, this is much better now, because maybe it's because 100 is a round number compared to 250 or maybe something else, but it's more smooth, like, you know. Ooh, that's bad. Okay. But yeah, I can just keep it. I mean, should be good enough. Okay, the next issue is the last frame is not rendered, and I actually want this to, you know, after the animation is finished, I want to keep seeing the last frame. Otherwise, you might, it does not look good, so I'm gonna actually do that now. I'm gonna rename this to FPS because it makes more sense. All right, let's see. So what I'm thinking here is that we can save the terminal like this. Oh, it will require a freaking lifetime. God damn it. Okay, I'll add your freaking lifetime there, or maybe no. No. Instead of clearing the buffer, or wait, we don't need a buffer, do we? No, we don't need a buffer. And also, we don't actually need to check this. Maybe doing this will just solve our problems. Let's see. All right, nothing is rendered right now. When I do this, it will render it. Yes, this is what I wanted. So now we see the last frame because we always render and we keep the buffer. So when I press enter, it will refresh the buffer. So yeah, that looks good. All right, so I also want to be able to resize actually. So I want to resize the terminal and I want to see the animation resize based on that. How can I do this? So on resize event, maybe send another tick. I don't know. Let's try it. So I start the animation, I resize it, and then it's not rendering correct. It's not about that actually. It may be something about animation area, but animation area is actually, wait, maybe it's just about the size of the terminal. Let me try this. Yeah, it's just the size of the terminal. So when I resize, okay. When I resize the need to also update the parser. It has a set size method, which is good. Alright, I can do this. I can just do something like on resize, self animation, parser, set size, right? Parser, and the size will be animation area height and animation area width, so just this, and it's going to be self, of course. So now when I resize the terminal, the animation should just adapt to it, right? Yeah, all good. Okay. All right. Here's another thing that I realized. The list state is not like, it's not selecting the first one as default, so gonna just do that now with selected sum 0. Yep, so now it will always start the tree with the first one, the first element selected. Okay, Bambi selected. I don't like the FPS text on the bottom, so just gonna fix that. Actually, yeah, this should be better. I don't like the lists width, because sometimes when the terminal is too small, I cannot see the names of the entries. So I want to have a fixed width for this list. Now, if I remember correctly, it's a percentage. Yeah, it's taking the 20% of the screen, but this should be actually the length of the longest entry in the list. So it should be list width. I'm gonna take a U size here and gonna do that minimum list width. And how do we get that? We basically do something like self animations. Exactly. So now it should look better. U16, okay, let's just make it U16 then. Whatever, I'm gonna just use this shortcut. Oh, what? What did I do? Okay, go through each animation. And these are just the names of animations, right? right. Yeah. So why is it like huge? What the hell is going on? It's literally 50%. Did I just use like percentage or something? No, I just used, wait, how about length? Yeah, length was correct. But I guess I need to subtract 2. No, add 2, because and it's gonna be percentage 100. Also gonna change it to min. So gonna render more correctly now. Well, not quite, because it should be 3 characters, because 1 character from the left block and the 1 character from right block and 1 character from the selection character. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 characters in total. And maybe I can add like a little padding there, so 1 more character to it. Alright, so now we have the perfect list. You can still see the list, although if I resize it, but right, that was kind of bad, but okay. But it's working fine, you know. Also, I want to add a toggle switch to this to make it full screen. So you can watch the whole animation in full screen. Would be nice. Just gonna assign this to tab. App is toggled. Yup. And then gonna do something very clever here and just gonna multiply by is toggled as U16. So if it's false, it's gonna be 0, and you're gonna multiply it by 0, and then the result will be 0, and you won't render anything. So that's basically that. Let's see. Scroll bar area is empty. Let's not render scroll bar if it's toggled then. Is it true as default? No, it's false. It should be true as default. So when I press tab, this thing just disappears and I get the full screen animation. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I like it. Also, one last thing. I should probably commit all of this. But anyways, one last thing. I want to add description for these animations, so I simply want to have these descriptions. And to do that, I want to have a compile. No, I want to have like a constant type, like a map, which just maps the name of the file and the description. So you can simply use ChatGPT for that, I guess. Create a Rust constant Rust map for name of the file and description. Let's see. Use a lazy static. And I actually want to use one cell here. Okay, how do I do that? Use std. What happened to the music? For some reason it's muted. Okay. One cell. Okay, you know what? This might be a good continuation for the stream, because I think I achieved enough, to be honest. what we have done is basically render at 60 FPS, fixed, and fix some UI layout thingies and simply have like better rendering. You can try to render some other stuff here actually to see how it works. Let's try Bugs Bunny. That's it. Okay. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Gonna commit my changes. What is the commit format here actually? Feed, render, fix the frame, render at a fixed FPS and improve UI. Gonna type in my password. Actually, I can do it here too. I cannot do it. Hold on. Okay, pushing my changes. And if you want to check out the source code, it's simply here. And I paste it in the stream chat. And who started this actually? It just released. It just created this repo, okay. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it from the stream. It was pretty productive. I enjoyed writing this tweet a lot. So yeah. Let me know if you have any questions or if you want to say something. Otherwise, I'm just gonna dip. I guess yeah. I'm just gonna dip, guys. Yeah, see you in another stream. I will try to make it regularly, and I will announce it if I have a good idea. So make sure to follow me, my Twitter and like LinkedIn or whatever you use, and yeah, you'll see what I'll be doing there, pretty much. Alright guys, take care Summit, take care everyone. Have a great night or day based on your time zone, and stay safe, take it easy. I'm out.